Whether you subscribe to Valentine's Day or not, that's your choice. But in this video, we're going to talk about one thing we're not going to do when it comes to Valentine's Day. This is Kingdom Living Miami, and we are having success in family, not just in business, career, and finance. So we're going to dig into Valentine's Day. I want to add to what you already know and believe about Valentine's Day. For one, it is a man-made holiday. Two, there's holy days that God gives us to observe, and when we observe, everything else just falls into place. But if we just subscribe to what man creates, things have a tendency to fall out of place. So I'm not saying there's anything wrong with Valentine's Day. If you subscribe to it, then that's great. If you don't, that's great too. Valentine's Day is a holiday that is great for some people that are in relationships, and not for others, people who is not in relationships. We don't want to wait for one day out of the year to show one's love for another. But it's necessary for people who just don't, and they just need a day to remind them. Then this day is for that person. Although there's a lot of negatives and positives that may come with this day, some may choose to celebrate, some may not. I personally is not trying to tell somebody not to celebrate what they like to celebrate. Valentine's Day has not been a thing for me and my family. It's just another day. I know that this is part of what we don't want to do. Women can become spoiled to this day and feel like the men should do this and that based off of a book they read and based off of a movie that they saw. Now they want it. Okay. But what we're not going to do is, if we want to have success in family and marriage, and a Valentine's come around, or a birthday, or any day come around, any one of these holidays come around, we are not going to hold our partners, our spouses to anything. Meaning, if they forget, if they don't get you anything, we still go be okay. This is how we have success in family. Now, in the beginning of my marriage, well, my counterfeit marriage, it was a counterfeit before it became legal. In the beginning of our 20-year relationship, Valentine came around, and either he forgot, nor that I reminded him. I just wanted to see, hey, what happens? And if you will just have a heart of compassion, partly meaning a heart that is just observative. That means we don't jump to conclusions. We're just observing. So that's what I did. I observed. That's how we've been together for so long. Me observing things that I thought. Remember, you have social conditioning. Things that I thought was supposed to be. Then my husband come and turn around and show me, no, it's not that. And I say, but I thought it's supposed to be. But remember that God's ways is not our ways. So if you're here and you're stuck like, oh, he forgot, and you're going to get mad and you're going to mess up your blessing because he forgot, or maybe she forgot. I don't know. Maybe it's the guy who wants the girl to remember, but normally it's the guy that has to be taxed with all this information that he just have to remember, and then because she keeps up with it, it could be a big mess. It's what it could be if you subscribe to this. So I didn't subscribe to it, and my husband kind of helped me not to. I just got off of that bandwagon. He didn't think about it. I didn't remind him about it because I was too busy observing. Well, I thought this is the way it's supposed to be. So in your relationship, in your marriage, it's what you make it for you. Stop looking at what was done in a movie, a book, the people around you, or in history. Because God is always trying to do a new thing. People mess it up by trying to stick to old traditions and old systems and ways of doing life. So it's because of my husband that I don't subscribe to it. But guess what? There's going to be many benefits that comes out of that. Go save a lot of money, save a lot of heartache, because I'm not waiting for this day to come for him to give me anything. I'm not waiting for I don't subscribe to any holiday, so therefore I'm not complaining about anything. I'm not giving anything a foot in my relationships to get in, kill, steal, and destroy when it comes to man-made holidays. But when it comes to God's holy days, like the Feast of Unleavened Bread coming up, or the Passover come up, that teaches us about God, that teaches us about ourselves. Okay, because once we learn ourselves and know God, and He in us and we in Him, once we get that right, then we can go out and discover how other people in the world works around us. Let's get us right, and that's what His holy days, that's why I'm so thankful to learn about them, because it teaches me about myself. Therefore, I'm a better person for my family around me and others outside of me. So don't let Valentine's Day get a hold of you and create this monster, this little demon that comes out around that time, just because somebody didn't, send a gram or send. Now, when it comes to my children, listen, we don't subscribe. The only way we will subscribe is if you're married to them, if you choose to do it, and if you're married to them, because they know boyfriend and girlfriends is out of the picture. So what do we need that for? Don't send anything. Don't receive anything. No. My kids ain't even going to school that day. But because I'm balanced and I'm not a brick of a wall, I do have a daughter. She go to school. I couldn't get her to stay home for nothing. She's the school goer. So I have to honor that and send her on to school, knowing that she will have the blessing and the grace to get through school. Whereas the other ones, I will hold back. Listen, they're not going to school. They're not going to participate in in certain festivities. We have our own days where we don't go to school. Halloween is one of them. They just stay home. They stay in my presence. Whereas one child, she has the grace for it. She has the mindset. She knows better, and she has the grace for it. So once somebody have the grace for something, I'm gonna leave it alone, because we gonna have peace in this family. And that's how we have peace in this family: blessings, balance, and success in family. So don't let Valentine's Day destroy your relationship. The person still loves you. It's okay if you forget. In my case, he forgot every year. And guess what? I didn't remind him every year either. It's okay. It's just a day it's another day that we don't subscribe to it. But if you subscribe to it, just don't get offended if they may forget, or if you have to keep reminding them. But be willing to put in the work and not let that little devil come out. So you have to find a way. I don't know another way. I just know the way that I do. Just not subscribing to it. I'm not telling people to not subscribe to it, but if you're going to do it, make sure you have the grace for it. Because if you turn into a little devil and a little demon around that time, for whatever reason, then you have to change some things about you. I'll just say, be at peace. If you like the holiday and they forget, just gently remind them, and don't feel like they don't love you and they don't care just because they forgot. I'll just say that they have a lot of things on their plate, and it's okay. You just do your part. If you love it so much, go buy yourself some flowers on time, and let that be a hint. Just love yourself. When you love yourself and love on yourself first before you expect someone else to do it, then you'll have more peace in times like Valentine's. Make sure you check out our upcoming video, how to do sexy for a kingdom wife, and how to do beauty for a kingdom woman, kingdom wife, kingdom life. However, if you're married today and you need some marriage tips, go to our Kingdom Living Miami Marriage Today playlist, and we have our parenthood playlist as well. And I'll see you on the next video.